The UK press, and in particular the Express newspaper, have once again proven that they actually haven't yet realised the 100-year war is over. They seem to be having a field day with this bit of news. Apparently, Emmanuel Macron, the French president, has personally decided to spite the British second homeowner. The local.fr website stipulates new French property tax bill reveal biggest increase in 30 years. In one of the many articles of the Express newspaper, it quotes, "We may have to sell our French home after Macron's second home raid." I didn't even realise he had actually started raiding homes. In another article in the Express, it quotes the French president as saying, "No one feels sorry for you, and the Britons are soft targets." They also state that Macron is under fire for targeting British second homeowners in this massive crackdown. Then several other newspapers, including the Mail Online and the Times, have actually all come out with articles stating things along the lines of Macron hits the British with 60% tax hike. The thing is, they're overdoing it a bit. Here are the 5 things you've got to know about this tax hike before you actually make any judgments. To start with, it is in absolutely no way targeted at the British. It is targeted at any second home owner, whether it be British, Chinese, Mongolian, even French. Secondly, don't forget the actual French have cancelled out house tax on principal residences. Thirdly, this law came out to try and solve the actual housing crisis which is happening in France in a lot of the touristy areas where the locals can't actually afford to buy anymore. Fourthly, only 3,700 communes of the 35,000 communes in mainland France are concerned. That's like 10.5% of the country. And finally, this 60% is actually the maximum allowance they can do. The actual ruling is they can actually raise the taxes from 5 to 60%. As it happens, the national average is about 20. Another thing you've got to remember, what we call the tax habitation on second homes in France, well, in 2022 the national average was €772 per annum. So even if you actually get a 60% hike on your house, that's an additional €463. To illustrate this a bit more, I thought I would actually get a map of France and pinpoint all these communes on the actual map so people can see where they are. A, it would look pretty messy, and B, it would take a lot of time, and C, my geography is not that good. So, me being in Brittany, I've actually done a map of Brittany, which illustrates the actual thing just as well as the map of France, if not better. All the red dots you can see on this map are the actual communes which are concerned in the region of Brittany. As you can see, not one of them isn't situated on the coast. Brittany is the second most popular tourist destination for the French, but only 139 communes out of the 1,207 communes are concerned. None of the major cities, not even Rennes, which is the capital. Purely the coastal resorts. In the UK, there's also been a lot of talk about the southern and southwest, where a lot of the locals can't afford to buy houses. Springs to mind St Ives, Mevagissey, Penzance down in Cornwall. Why? Due to all the people buying second homes or setting up Airbnbs. This is exactly the same situation in France. And this law is purely the French government's answer to that. Whether it works or not remains to be seen. But in the meantime, unless you are one of those fortunate ones who can actually afford a nice house on the coast or in other touristy areas, which are usually about 3 to 4 times more expensive than anywhere else, then stop believing everything you read in the UK press. And always, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to click that old like, subscribe and bell buttons down there for me. And I'll see you soon. Bye.